All right, we're gonna take a focus now on a bunch of different guard types. This is gonna go down a lot of different rabbit holes, but the guard is one of those things that is so vast in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and so many different ways of playing it that you can get lost down these rabbit holes, but it's nice to understand at least what you're looking at for each of them, whether you use them or not, to be able to navigate them, whether you're on the offensive side of it or the defensive side of it. And the first one we're gonna look at is maybe the most common type of guard outside of a closed guard, and that's a half guard. For the simple reason that you end up being here whether you wanted to be here or whether they wanted you to be here trying to pass your guard. Usually halfway past the guard is its own thing, and this is the half guard. So let's look at what is the half guard itself and then ways of making sure that you have a good version of it and using it for what it's useful for. So first thing I want to look at is what my legs are doing. So my leg that's in between his legs, the one that's trapped in the half, is going to be crossing over top right here, and that's the most important part of this leg, of the whole connection. This leg right here has a whole bunch of different functions it can serve. You don't necessarily have to triangle and clamp his thigh real hard. That's not really doing you any extra use right there. This is what's doing the use. For Chris to back his leg out right now, I've got it trapped, okay? I just gotta try to touch my heel to my butt, and this is gonna keep him in half guard for pretty much most of what I'm doing. So that's the control that I wanna look at. You can close it here. There's other ways that we can put like this leg in front of him that we'll go into later, but mostly the leg control is involved with that inside leg. Now let's look at my upper body. Right now my shoulders are on the mat. This is what he wants, okay? If he can get head and arm control and crush me right here, this is exactly everything that he wants in half guard to be able to blast through here. There's lots of ways that he can deal with my hips and legs once my upper body is crushed. So what I want to do on bottom is make sure never have my shoulders on the mat. Just like if you're in side control, I'm going to use this arm right here, swing in front and get a frame right here. This one, just like side control, comes down and gets a frame right there. Now instead of trying to lever him out, all I need to do is turn over to my side like this. I kind of just shrimped my butt out and got up on my ribs. When I'm on my side, this is a good active defensive and offensive half guard, okay? On my back, this is not a good half guard. If I'm here, I need to know that I'm losing this position and I need to get into this one as soon as I can. Now, we've looked at the legs controlling down there. We've looked at the body as far as the shoulders are concerned and the hips are concerned, up on their side towards your opponent, never looking away from your opponent where you give your back. But now let's look at the arms. The last thing, these are very important because this is the majority of your frames, okay? Your arms are going to be what dictates whether or not there's space in between you, which is going to make all of your movement available on the bottom. If there's no space, that means he's winning, he's crushing me and stopping me in place. I want to make sure that these frames are in place like a forklift right here, where my elbows are down tight to my core, and these little levers are what's stopping him from getting chest to chest pressure right now. So for him to put all of his weight down, it's actually very easy for me to hold this right here because my arms are close to my core, which makes them strong. I get all of my core muscles adding to this firmness, and I can move my body underneath him in lots of ways that takes little energy than if I was doing this. This is an expensive way to burn my energy, trying to stiff arm him out of position. As it starts getting crushed, just my arms are being used right here and I'm gonna get flattened down. What I wanna be is up on my side and just keep these little frames in place right here to just have enough air in between that I can move my body underneath him. That's gonna give us all of our accessibility to our sweeps, our back takes, transitions, attacks from the half guard. Is we've got their leg trapped, we're up on our side, we're turning towards them, and we've got frames in front, okay? So let's get into a half guard with your partner and just practice controlling that bottom leg, getting to your side and using those little forklift frames to keep just a little bit of space in between you. That's gonna be everything that you need to stay safe in half guard. Let's try it out. 1, 2, 3.